So, Big versus Mindfreak. And already, Jenny taking a quick peek down the middle. Just to get the information, it's always good to know. And they're going to be switching it up on the Mindfreak side, running towards Banana and B, where only really 80 is playing.
Yeah, Big EQUIPA tends to go for these gamble stacks on the pistol rounds, and now 80 is just giving them the sight. Go and try for the retake. That's a good nade though onto BBN. Only 20 HP left though. The headshots, ooh, they go fly both ways. In fact, back and forth they go. 2v2 now as BBN grabs 2 more for herself. The Ada now is gonna come in, not even tapping the bomb, just go straight for the head. And with that, it is Big EQUIPA taking home the pistol round.
So well done. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. That is a gamble stack, but again, it's a pistol round. It makes so much sense to do it. The fact that they managed to get the retake in that quickly that's just a lot of confidence in the setup. That's a really good job. So good start right here. You've got to appreciate that. Was a minute where it looked like it was going to, maybe get a little bit out of control. But obviously, Sana opening up as well with the double headshots. Pretty good for the retake. That always helps out. And behind the bomb plant, they go straight into a buy. It might almost be a better buy than what EQUIPA are coming up with.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, of course, now with them being able to have that bomb plant done. Oh, but again, last round we already saw such a good nade, and this time around, 2 players being tagged up way below half HP. This is a good start already, and that's good. You know, they have 4 SMGs on the board, only a couple bullets, and they're going to be gone. Now, flash onto mid. Ada wanted to peek for a second. Will be denied that. But Mindfreak take it slow. Currently, it seems that they are very eager to set foot on Banana.
Yeah, they're really hanging out on that side of the map still. And Ada, the fact that she's checking out this part of the map, they're going to have some good information. Nice double entry. In spite of running into a little bit of a boosted elevated position there, still able to get the job done. Sana, she hears the steps coming in for Misha on the other side, but still able to get the kill. And BBR will take down Ada. So 2 versus 3. The bomb is only just planted, so they have a little bit of time, and they have a defuse kit as well on D7, so it's absolutely doable. Mei goes down. Visco's and BBR on there. Oh, but Visco's got a lot of health in the background there with the Galil. Able to pick up the kill on Sana, and D7, she's locked in. She was probably going to get shot at the back no matter what there, so nice round out of Mindfreak. That's a nice early comeback here. After having lost the pistol, they're able to get that early force buy from the bomb plant. So, great job.
And this is now such an interesting matchup as well. Mindfreak is this relatively young roster. I think they have the lowest average age. And for some, this is their first big tournament, both on and offline. So, they might not even have that much pressure. They're like really enjoying the moment, whereas Big EQUIPA, they recently got signed, but it's such a big org, and now they need to deliver up to the standards. 80 does do so with that deagle kill, making it at least even across the board, 4 against 4. But still, with the pistols on the board, it might get a little bit tricky. Not a kit, but there is a bit of utility onto 80 to work.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I mean, it's true. Mindfreak, they might have a lot less pressure on them. They've already done a lot. They've already, I think they qualified for Valencia, as we said earlier. So it's already a lot going on for them, and they might already be outperforming everyone's expectations. So it might just be a party that they're having on that side for the minute here. Ooh, Ada, nice, good job. And 80's right there with a still a 1 versus 2, and the clock's already run down on that bomb. So the question is, can they do a little bit more damage? Surely the bomb, yeah, will take care of me. So it's a pretty expensive round, all things considered here for Mindfreak, but they still win it, and still Big are not able to really buy up on that side. So they should still be quite happy about this, but it did get a little bit expensive at the end. The Deagles doing a little bit of damage, not that bad.
Yeah, and similar to what we have been seeing on Overpass earlier, it's going to come down to the economy. And Inferno is known to literally just ping pong back and forth, and where you can't really get that economy going. You know, it might be worried. What if Zana, for example, doesn't get that AWP in her hands? How would that pan out? Because typically on the bigger keeper side, needs to be her to really shine and take the team on. Right now, though, ooh. This is...
And you know, while we're here and they're just up against pistols, there's a quick shout out. We've got a raid from the main ESL channel. Obviously, tournament's over on that side. So if you're just joining us, I would say shout out to all of you guys and hang around if you want to. We're having actually quite a good time. There's a lot to learn if you haven't been following the tournament. So, but it's day one still, so you're able to catch up. But definitely been a very, very cool first day here. The USP is doing so much. Jenny picking up a couple of headshots there. This is absolutely not what Mindfreak were expecting, and this is sometimes the problem. Following through on an attack like that can be just fine, but the problem is if it's a stack the way that it was, you're doubling down basically and running into the entire team, and that's going to be painful. Bomb has been picked up, and technically I think it's about 17, 16 seconds to get from this side of the map to the A side, so you can make it. This goes on her own now, 1 versus 3. Definitely a struggle, even if she has the Molotov there. Maybe she get the bomb plant down and try and find a way out, but it will not be easy. And she's been found out and dinked already at range. Ouch, Jenny, she's lethal with that USP. Ada will be able to kill the kill eventually. No bomb plant even, so that's a great return for the CT side.
Yeah, I think there for a second you could see the doubt, not really sure what to do in that situation. Ideally, you know, if you're 1v3 and if you're going to rotate away to the other side, you want to try and see if you can isolate the fights. But just a bit hesitant, wondering, is there already going to be someone at the site? And in that case, you're already going to be too late. You need to make a decision, perhaps even quicker, if you want to, you know, be better than bigger keeper. And with that, Mindfreak are now back to the pistols. And bigger keeper can now slowly start to build up that economy. Not an AWP in the hands of Xana just yet, but it's a good setup for later on. Xana does grab a kill onto Viscos. So that's already one out of the question now. Molotov deep onto mid, a second one into Boiler. That means they're going to have to go the other way.
Probably a really good idea not to face those deagles down the middle. That's a recipe for disaster. Jenny doing some good work. Taking down Eminent through the smoke. There's a lot of kills I feel like that happen on Inferno that are just through this particular smoke. Or in any random game, it's kind of, it's just a thing that happens. Oh! Bibian able to take down Sana. That is, it's not bad at all. Crisp shot on that one. We'll see, they're trying to push up with the Deagle still. Ada doing her best, but a second or third Deagle there coming in for the shot. Still got about 38 seconds left. Mish looking for an opening. It's Jenny to take down one, and D7 the other one. Some of the content that they put out, Mindfreak, sort of, I think, explained a little bit that Mish was, had been brought back from something close to retirement.
Yeah.
So a lot of experience, I gather, on her side, which is really important, right? That's one of the things that you can't necessarily buy your way to. So.
Yeah. But that's also the thing, you know. Luckily that ESL have now brought this tournament into the mix, because not gonna lie, the female scene was almost very close to dying. Probably there were so little tournaments during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, with the pandemic, it is tough to run tournaments and then try and get things going. And yeah, over time, if there's nothing out there except for regular ESEA, not even smaller tournaments, yeah, what are you going to do if you're a female team? And, you know, some ended up switching to different games or just quitting in general, same as Mish. But luckily, now that there is more stakes on the line and something to fight for again, looks like Mindfreak have a roster back on the board, though right now, Big Keeper definitely are going to put a stop to that. The very clean round, and that's what we like to see. All 5 players surviving. And with that, yeah, some nice extra cash in the bank. And Mindfreak now need to go and try again. Full buy back on the board. But it's quite a costly one, so...
Yeah, and they have a lot of money on that CT side at the moment. Worth keeping an eye on. Also, 2 stolen AKs. That could be very, very painful. When the CTs pick up those AKs, that does help the defense out quite a bit. It's a little bit of a different fight you end up with. So we'll see. Ada setting up for the Skybox flashbang that could bounce in on the... or the HE, sorry. Bounce in on the other side. Bibian taking a massive grenade, and she's very nearly dead. Still committing to the job of trying to entry on this side. Will get forced back. Jenny showing up, and they're going to try and see if they can smoke them off and maybe delay this push that's happening on Banana at the moment. Ada trying to fall back as well. Nice headshot from Jenny. She saw that coming. Mei goes down. They were expecting either a jump or a boost behind that. And this is it cost a lot of time right now for Mindfreak. Still a minute left, but in terms of the nades, they don't have that much left at the moment. They got to be really worried about that. Ada's still playing that corner over towards quad, so defense obviously very, very good at the B-bomb side. Little bit sketchy potentially over on A. It's a 2-player setup here.
Gonna go through, and that was definitely a good one in blind eminent, though not quite mish, so the trade can come through, but nonetheless big EQUIPA, they do hold on to that player advantage, and Bibian is also quite low. But look at this, she is very eager to try and sneak through, but time is of the essence, because there's currently 3 players surrounding B, no matter if they're on spawn or on the site. And now, yeah, everything is going to come down onto the Mish, tries to hang on, grabs a headshot for herself, can't quite jump up, that's another one for her, but 3 seconds left. Yeah, and 2 more kills to fight. It's not quite going to happen, she might also die after time, that is very unfortunate. But with that, Big do grab another round, and they hold on to the B-bomb side as if it's nothing.
Yeah, so that was a very potentially dangerous play, but also very cool from Jenny, just hiding inside of the smoke and getting her after the clock has run out, as you pointed out. That will lose you that round loss bonus. So pretty tough position to be in. We'll see if they can make it back sooner rather than later. It does feel like the CT side has a bit of an upper hand at the moment. So, and yeah, without the bomb plant too, they're missing out on a couple of things here, Mindfreak. Still early days on Inferno, so I don't want to get too carried away, but still, it's a little bit of a trend that's building at the moment in favor of the big side.
Also, we were talking about times and everything, and, you know, for us it's late, but even then, so, there's also 10:30 in the evening, and they've been playing since... Well, if you're, for example, Mindfreak, that first game was at 11 this morning. So it is long days. You gotta keep your focus. You gotta watch, or a lot of these teams have watched the other games as well. So it's like your whole day just exists of playing and watching Counter-Strike, which is quite tiring. And now you gotta stay focused in a best of 3 as well. So might be real tough for Mindfreak here in this game. Currently, Ada does grab 3 kills, Eddie with another one. And so far, only 1 in return for Mindfreak. Of course, just the pistols. But yeah, you want to do a little bit more damage. Yeah, and it's not quite going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that is another one of these things that's it's a kind of experience that's so hard to get without actually being at a tournament. But you're right, the idea of having to play throughout a whole day and sort of keeping your cool and now into a best of 3 and who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, it is taxing and it is a lot. And if you've never tried it, then it's very hard to figure out how you're going to be reacting. Right now on the Mindfreak side, it feels like Mish and Bibian are kind of the 2 main engines at the moment. Ada doing a fair bit of work over on the keeper side at the moment. So we'll see. Again, we're still only about 8 rounds into the map, so it's a little bit early to really say much of anything. Another attempt, though, coming in from the Mindfreak side to take over that banana control, which again is super important. You have to be able to do this on the T side. Otherwise, everything you do basically is going to be so telegraphed. The CTs will know. AD coming out with a couple of really good kills. Flashbang assist from Jenny, and she'll take over and bring down Mei. So it's a very, very 3-for-1 trade out there. absolutely perfectly timed behind the flashbang. So no banana control this time for Mindfreak, which is a bit of an issue.
At least now gonna stick together. That's a good thing. But a lot of pressure onto them. 4 players still to deal with. 2 of them are right here, right behind the smoke. Now that it's gonna fade, oh, that nade, it made noise and damage as well. But Jenny, she stays so cool here over on B. And it just comes with ease. That's what it looks like right now for EQUIPA. Even though there's a lot of pressure onto this game, you can just see Inferno is simply one of the better maps for big EQUIPA.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't even have to pull out that many very much crazy things in order to...
No, it's working really well at the moment. And another luxury, it feels like, when you have 2 players that are on opposite sides of the map and they're both playing really well. And right now that's Ada and Jenny. When they are, Ada's been playing quad and over towards the middle of the map, and Jenny's been playing over by Banana and B. You have everything covered. And if they're both always going to be really dangerous, or at least in a lot of these rounds will have a big impact, that just is a bit of a luxury. It's great. Whereas if they're both, let's say, playing over at the A-bomb site, well, then there is more of a weak spot for Mindfreak to try and hit. But doesn't seem like that's the case at the moment. They have managed to put a buy together. It's not super amazing on the T side, but could do some damage if they could find the right opening. So we'll see if they can. 7-2 scoreline right now. Another really good nade. That's something that they're struggling with right now, Mindfreak, to deal with. Just the impact of those nades.
Yeah, now they're just stuck on Banana, trying to grasp onto control, but we have seen what happens when they try and enter a site. Now there's a Molotov right onto the fountain, not going to do that much. Just perhaps blur the vision a little bit of the CTs, but so far they're holding on. Even through the smoke, it doesn't matter. And again, okay, maybe it does come with 2 this time in return, but the advantage does seem to stay with big EQUIPA. Oh, well, that's a third. That at least evens things out now on the board. 40 seconds left. But D7 has made a way over from A towards the B bomb side, and with now the bomb getting planted, oh, maybe completely off guard. BBN, there might be a bit of a lifeline here for her, but against Zana. Oh, earlier on the desk, they called her the female Zaiwu, I think.
They did do that, yes, I heard.
But we have a lot of skilled offers, and Zana definitely is one of them. Also one of the more experienced players over in Europe. So
I think that's one of the craziest things that I've learned today is how many like really fast offers we've seen today. Obviously, in the last game, Anna was the big topic of conversation, but Dai earlier on CLG Red obviously had a super impact on the game. Yeah, there's been a lot of this, so I'm ready for it. If we're gonna have more of that, it's gonna be really interesting. Now on the CT side, they're pushing down the middle. Nice tapping from Viscose. That's actually really smooth. Ada though, still doing more work. Oh wow, that is a quick round after all. Really. Some good multi-kills coming in. A 9-2 lead, and things aren't just looking super good right now on the side of Big.
yeah, and the question is, what can you do if you're a Mindfreak? You need to try and change things up. We've seen these often pushes into B, but then not quite being able to deal with the defense on the site. I haven't really seen like a proper execute. I've seen some Molotovs fly, but they felt off, so maybe their lineups are not quite working out here today. But yeah, that is probably the way to at least deal with some of the locations of the players.
Yeah, I mean, especially I feel like if you're running into a lot of nade damage early on, you don't have to take Banana in the first 10 seconds of the round. You can, kind of what they're doing now, you can just wait a little bit, try and see if maybe the CT side will throw a couple of nades wasted, and then see if you can retake it afterwards. That's all fair play. Ada again. Oh, and Jenny's now been he's been brought back to this side, so they have a pretty mean crossfire that's set up over here. 80 though, it's take down Mei. Good return, and that might create a bit of an opening. Also getting the flank in there, coming out from the boiler room. Jenny with a nade kill somehow, but not able to get any kills to the smoke this time. Gonna try for the Molotov, waiting to hear the sound of the bomb plant, and that might actually slow them down. I think they were trying to get the bomb on the other side, but now they've been put on a little bit of a hold. 2 versus 3, and now that bomb finally gets put on the ground at least, so they could try and win that third round, Mindfreak here.
By the looks of it, Big definitely don't want to be giving up. Jenny already close here in the coffin. Well, you have D7 trying to come in through CT. There's going to be a smoke lined up. And actually a re-smoke. And now clearing up the site. That's already... Oh, there we go. That's what we like to see. Already turning around. This is... Oh, it's close, but they still win it. And I like that. Just knowing that the players were down deep in Banana. There was already smoke trying to keep them back. But the re-smoke and clearing out the corner worked out perfectly.
Yeah, isolating that player in the corner and obviously winning the fight on top of it. That is not an easy round to win 2v3 like that. And if you're from Mindfreak's point of view, you have to think there are not going to be that many rounds where you have that chance, right? That might be one of the rare rounds where you think, ooh, we should probably win that one. Many of the rounds we've seen so far have been even more difficult and even more of an uphill battle. So again, fairly good grenade damage put out here. Something that people forget about nades like these. I mean, obviously the more impressive ones are the ones that do half health, you know?
Yeah.
But even a little bit like this is enough that it basically equalizes the advantage of the AK versus the M4, because now the M4 is a one-shot headshot on at least 3 of those players. Whereas up until this point, the AK would have won those fights outright. So you don't really have to try and land a grenade right on somebody. It's enough to do just a little bit. We'll still get a pretty good, or it'll even out that advantage a fair bit. 10-2. This has been pretty quick as well.
Yeah, very fast-paced, and I do feel...
Oh, no.
Not the dink through the smoke. Oh, that is... yeah, well, eventually it's Jenny who then finishes it off, and I'm not sure what's happening. People were blind, and now they're going to try and open things up. Viscose, at least, with 2 good kills. Now trying to dance around the smoke. Jenny being tracked in the process, and there we have it. Mei grabs another kill, giving Mindfreak now the advantage. But we know Zana and AD, this combination, the 2 top players currently in big. Ooh, but they're being shut down. BBN at least trades for 1, keeping the 1-player advantage. Now 1 player stuck in Banana. And ooh, Bibi tries to boost herself up, is being spotted. And now Zana needs to try and hold on. Does isolate the fight. That is number 1. Now on to the second, and as if it is nothing, just turn around, grab the kill. And I do understand, you know, if you're Viscose, you want to try and trade out, but maybe just 1 second too late in order to do so.
Again, another absolutely heartbreaking round for Mindfreak to lose. They've had a couple of them right now where they get into that B bomb side. They actually have the advantage, and they still end up losing in the afterplant. Sana just rolled onto that bomb site. And we've seen a couple of players today that have that kind of really aggressive aura around them. Obviously, Vilger in the last game is one of them too. It's really fun to see. So, basically... Okay, stepping onto it. Probably a little bit random. D7 though is down the middle, fighting them, and she's going to keep going. A nice triple kill. Smokes her up as well, and that takes the round away from Mindfreak. Whatever they had planned, they're not going to be able to execute any longer.
Again. This is the thing, you know. The 1 round Mindfreak doesn't go into Banana or B. They're just being shut down like this. It's as if Big is reading it, you know. Okay, they've done this so many times right now. They need to change things up. Let us also change things up and then make it unpredictable. And there we have it, you know. Just run down mid and try to sneak into second mid. And from there onwards, it's just one big spiral that just keeps going down. And Mindfreak can't really set their foot in between the door.
And it's, again, like we said, it's rough. It's a long day, and you don't have really a huge depth of experience, maybe outside of Mish, but you don't have that much experience in what it is like to be in an environment like this.
Yeah.
I've played in some lands, and when you get beat up like this, it's shocking how quick it goes past. Like when the half is over, you think, wait, what? Is it already done? I feel like it was just 5 minutes. Ooh, nice shot. BBR goes down, trying to get the crossover the bomb. And the bomb did make it, but now they're down at least one player here. Eminent also in a very sketchy position. Mish trying to get over to construction, wanting to double up in that position, but it does cost him a lot of health. Eminent trying to get the job done, but now it's Mish on her own, and that's a good swing with the Galil. One bullet on Ada here. Almost true the other way too. Could get... Oh, the timing is almost not with her, but she does get the flick anyway. And it is another round for Mindfreak at the very least, so not a bad end to the half here. That's still a huge road ahead of them. We'll see if they can get the job done, Mindfreak, when we come back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Second half is coming up. It is Big versus Mindfreak, our first best of 3 of the tournament. It's been a very long day. We've had some very, very cool Counter-Strike to show so far. This has been a little bit one-sided for the first half, Veerless, but at the same time, maybe not totally unexpected. Mindfreak definitely less experienced and have sort of come a little bit out of nowhere and surprised a lot of people and beaten some really good teams. But this first map has been tough for them so far.
Yeah, it is. Maybe the veto didn't quite pan out the way they wanted to, or that they expected it to go. Because this is Mindfreak, the map pick, though. EQUIPA, they are so solid on this map. So it is a very scary prospect. Look at this, though. Mish is just going to be walking down mid. I mean, in case you are behind, try to change things up, try to show some balls, and it might actually be paying off. Eminent with 2 more headshots to follow Bibian up. And, well, here we go. They win the pistol round.
Good recovery. That is obviously going to be really important for any chance of maybe turning this whole ship around. Winning that pistol round. Now, a lot of work still ahead of them, without a doubt, but, you know, it's a step in the right direction. You have to appreciate that. We'll see. 12-4. That is a lot of ground to cover.
Oh, and I see a Nova in the hands of Mei. We've seen some dualies before, but I like this. You know, especially CT side, you can sit in one cheeky corner and get some nice kills. Looks actually like Mei is sitting here in CT. She hears the footsteps. Oh, nope, she did get a kill. Well, that's a win.
Listen, it's one of the most satisfying weapons to use. The second one would have been even better, but Eminent smoked off. And this is a very awkward kind of round. They've made it in, they've stolen the shotgun, they're probably going to go there, going to go bomb plant. The retake should be super doable here. Mish, she has the defuse kit, definitely very possible to retake this one. Sana, though, she snuck around. Oh, the Glock shooting him in the back. That's a lot of damage. Molotov kill onto D7, and they clean it up without losing even a single player. That is very important. Good job on Mindfreak. I was a little bit worried there. Look at Viscose and Eminent, both very low on health.
Yeah, it was scary, you know, the Nova eventually being passed on, but everything panned out. And this is now the thing, you know, this is the boost. I can already sense them being, okay, you know what? We've won 2 rounds, even though we're behind. We can get back from this. So hopefully they can, of course, now. Full-on AKs on the board for Big EQUIPA. And we know how scary they can be. Question is, what are they going to be doing? Sometimes they just try to default things out, I think, especially against Mindfreak, who have now shown that they can be a little bit unpredictable. Want to see how things pan out first. It's at least D7 with 2 opening kills alongside AD now. Already 3 taken right out of the mix. And it doesn't even matter. There is banana control, which is nice for Mindfreak. Not if Big just go blazing out on A.
That is, yeah, I mean, they wanted to try and see if they could surprise them. Flash for the smoke, it kind of makes sense. But I wonder if the initial push into the window and to look down second mid is mainly based on the idea that they just did not have that many nades on the Mindfreak side. So obviously a huge part of playing the CT side of Inferno has to do with controlling smokes and Molotovs and playing it slow around that and trying to slow down the T side. But if you don't have them, sometimes it actually is just better to try and be a little bit aggressive and hope to get an early kill. And they had the MP9 in front and then the M4 behind. They even had the smoke to put out the Molotov, so they were definitely ready for it. The fight, they just couldn't win it at the end. Nice clean up here, D7 with a double Mac 10 kill. And that should open up a lot on this map. And again, they're getting so close to the finishing line already here on the T side of things. I mean, alone on the B bomb site. It is doable. I don't know if there's even a better choice right now. It's, I mean, you have to at least hang around the B bomb site. This is a very hard position to be in if you're playing 3 versus 4 like this.
Oh,
all right.
there is a kill now in favor of Mindfreak, making things at least even across the board, though looks like Big EQUIPA very eager to still set foot onto this B-bomb side and Eminent. Yeah, couldn't really stand a chance. Now the bomb can get planted, and they can even reposition for afterplan, already ready to deal with whoever is gonna come here from Ruins. This goes out of the equation, leaving everything onto Mish again. Oh, Mish does grab a nice clean headshot.
Yeah,
But still, there's a bit of utility left, making things difficult for Mish to try and retake, set foot on the site. So many angles to check. You don't know where the players are at, and with the crossfire set up, there we have it. Nice, happy round. You can see it. Everyone is smiling. The spirit is up for Big. And I think after the pretty close game, the opening one against Black Dragons, I feel that the mood is starting to come back.
It is, yeah. This is a definitely strong. I've got to say, if you look at the scoreboard right now for Big, everybody is playing really well. I think the only reason Sana has a couple of fewer kills is just because she hasn't actually been near the action nearly as much. I'm not even sure it's to do with anything else. So that's... I don't know how you deal with that. This is basically all 5 members of the Big squad that are showing up at the moment. That's hard to deal with. We've got a pistol stack going on this side. That can work, but the Molotov, oh, it goes behind them, it locks them in. They try to get the job done with the USBs, and they actually trade it, catching them at the perfect time. And that'll steal a couple of AKs back. That, I mean, they need a round like this, and then they need about 8 more rounds like this. Basically, they're so far behind right now. But a couple of stolen AKs might get the job done.
Oh, it's scary. They're gonna continue to push, and in fact, the bomb is towards second mid. But now Mish taken off guard. They'll still leave the 2 AKs at least. But you can already see Big EQUIPA very much aware of their back, knowing where Mindfreak was last seen.
Super, super smart. Ada again, she has really been a revelation. It initially looked like it was Jenny that was doing a lot of the work here on the map, but Ada's been rock solid over on the A side whenever she's been there. Going to be 15-5. That is a 10-round gap that Mindfreak would have to close. There's really nothing that we've seen so far to Mindfreak, at least in this particular game, that suggests they could bridge that gap somehow. So tough way to get started. But now that's when you're really thankful it's a best of 3. That does make a difference at the end. So hopefully they can sort of keep the focus, which is, again, that's one of the harder things to do on LAN. I feel like you have to forget about that first map and move into the second one. There's just no other way around it, but it is a lot easier to say than it actually is to do.
Up next will be Ancient, and we haven't seen too much of Ancient yet of Mindfreak. I think they played it once during the qualifier. They did win it. I can't remember who it was against, but yeah, not that much. So it's also interesting to see how we'll keep a deal with it. I mean, obviously they're very confident knowing that it's their map pick, but maybe not as much of counter-shredding and than what we're seeing here. Yeah,
I mean, whenever you have a map that's just played less in general, and especially if it's a new map, and I still count Ancient as a new map. I still would. I think it takes such a long time to figure out how maps play. So there's always, I think, room for a team to significantly improve in almost no time at all. Nice opening for Maymay, taking down 80. That's what you like to see, winning that early banana fight. And they're going to try and boost up on top. Eminent to drop Jenny. She was trying to sneak through. She almost made it as well. It could have worked out, but now it's a 5 versus 3. Mindfreak grasping to, holding on to the map as much as they can. Ada with just the grenade getting caught at the corner there. Not that I think it would have killed anyone. She's going to make the jump down. Instant spray. She realized that. Sana is on her own. 1 versus 4. And she's taken down Mish, but there's more to come. Nice headshot. Eminent able to return the kill at the very least. It became an expensive round, but they did win it.
Yeah, though still, of course, there is still pressure, a lot of pressure. But I think if you're a Mindfreak, you're just hoping that Ancient will be better 15-6. There's a bit more of a lifeline.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
it's almost like there's probably like two goals. On the one hand, you could console yourself knowing that there's another map to play.
Yes.
And secondly, you could say, well, it is a huge difference losing, let's say, 16-6. But if you can come back now and get to even 10 or 11 rounds, you're going to get into that second map with a different mentality. You kind of know, okay, we had a really bad start. We weren't like as hot out the gate as we wanted to be, but it doesn't really matter. Like, we knew that if we had a better start, we actually could play this game. We actually, we could have been way more competitive. So I still think it's nice to have a shot at getting a little bit of confidence back before you probably lose the map. Because making a 10-round comeback is just going to be hard no matter what. Now, let's see. Doubles set up over at the B-bomb site. Really far back Mindfreak on this A-bomb site. They're giving a lot of space for Big to wrap this bomb site. And that could be dangerous. Devastating nade right there. Sana with the opening, taking down Bibian as well. Still got 40 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of time for them to work with, though mainly just flashbangs. So if they want to go for an execute or try to land a smoke, let's say if they're going to go to B and land it on CT, they can't. So it's going to be have to, or like it needs to rely right now just on the bare aim. But we know that Big is certainly capable of doing so. But they're going to leave it to the very, very last second. Going to try and sneak through CT. And, well, there's now one kill. They know there's one more on the site. And they need to go and try and swarm her. They do exactly that. Those 6 seconds, ooh, they do manage to plant the bomb in time. Fully exposed, but it doesn't matter. Jenny just swings around, grabs Biscos in the process.
What a
leaving
shot.
It's just all onto Misho's shoulders. She's coming in from Banana. But the question is, yeah, what more can she do? 16-6, and with that is map 1 secured in favor of Big EQUIPA.